And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Lions Pride Sports broadcast of tonight's special broadcast of Lockhart Lions Sports. As we are having a special broadcast, as we are bringing you the Little League District 31 Championship softball game in the Junior Girls Division here at Lockhart Little League Sports Complex. It is the Lockhart Little League Juniors versus the Yoakum Little League Junior Girls. Well, thank everybody for tuning in and watching. My name is Emilio Sarge Wise, bringing you all the live play-by-play action. And QA for us tonight is going to be Kent Riddle, making sure that we sound good and look good for all you Lockhart Little League fans and all you Yoakum Little League fans that may be tuning in. Whether you're watching on our Facebook channel or on our YouTube channel, thank you for tuning in and watching tonight's broadcast. It's going to be an exciting game between two great teams, between the Lockhart Little League Junior Girls and the Yoakum Little League Junior Girls. It's a double elimination format as we are in the championship game, as the Yoakum Little League girls are 2-1 so far in the tournament. Their path to get to the district championship game here tonight. They defeated Seguin in their first game 16-0 before losing to Lockhart 15-4, and then coming back and defeating Luling in an elimination game last night right here at Lockhart Little League Sports Complex. A final 12-2. Yoakum has outscored their opponents 32-17. Mind you, 15 of those 17 runs came against Lockhart. As a Lockhart Little League, they are 3-0 and have to lose twice to be eliminated to get to here to the championship game. They defeated New Braunfels in the first game 18-2, defeated Luling 16-4, and just as I mentioned before, defeated Yoakum 15-4 to reach the District 31 championship game here tonight, right here from the Little League Sports Complex. As you can see, President Josh Hazlett out there marking the field, getting a circle set up. Home team for tonight's softball game will be Yoakum, as they won the coin toss. They elected to be the home team. And Lockhart will be the visiting team. And then we'll take a few minutes, and we'll be right back with some more of the pregame show. All right, introductions has been handled at home plate. The head coaches for Yoakum and Lockhart meeting with the umpire crew for tonight. And once again, the Lockhart will be the visiting team. Yoakum will be the home team. And if you're watching, whether it's on our Facebook page or on our YouTube channel, share the link out to all of your Yoakum and Lockhart fans that could make it out here. They'll be able to watch tonight's broadcast for free. It's an exciting softball game as District 31 in the junior girls softball division is up for grabs between Lockhart and Yoakum. And in the 57 year of Lockhart Little League, the junior girls has never won a district championship. So a little bit of history to be made tonight, but not if Yoakum could have something to say about it. As Yoakum begins to take the field, and with that, let's take you around the horn with Yoakum Little League. Behind the plate is going to be number 7, Grace. At first base, number 9, Arian. At second, number 1, Autumn. At shortstop, number 10, Alyssa. At third base, number 23, Nayeli. And then we go to the outfield. In left field, number 11, Emerson. And center field, number 21, Joy. And in right field, number 22, Lexi. And inside the circle for Yoakum will be number 3, Lily. The ace pitcher for Yoakum Little League. And should Yoakum pull this game out, they'll take it to a final elimination game, which will take place right here tomorrow night. As Yoakum would have to beat Lockhart twice, as Lockhart has still yet to lose in this District 31 tournament. Now, as far as batting for Lockhart Little League, leading things off will be number 8, Ariana Espinosa, followed by number 3, Emery Zalata. Batting third, number 15, April Rios. Batting cleanup, number 21, Genesis Cuellar. I'm just talking to her dad, Robert Cuellar. Big fan of the broadcast. Also has joined us for several broadcasts as well. Batting fifth, number 77, Andrea Barrientos. Batting sixth, number 14, Addison De La Cruz. Batting seventh, number 6, Caitlin Dunn. Also, her father is Tom Dunn. TD Tom Dunn, as we know him on the broadcast. Play-by-play guy for us on Friday night. Batting eighth, number 7, Lindsay Castillo. And batting ninth, number 1, Bella Garcia. As we get set things to start off, as Ariana Espinosa will dig into the batter's box. As Lily will get set to deliver the first pitch and get this championship game underway. And away we go. First pitch is going to be on the inside corner for strike 1. And the whole 1 pitch on the way from Lily. That's going to be swung on and hit towards the shortstop over to first. And not in time as Ariana beats out the throw. As Alyssa made a great play at shortstop, but unable to get it to first base in time. And Lockhart will have a runner at first base. And that'll bring up number 3, Emery Zalata. And we'll take you around the horn with Lockhart Little League at the end of the top of the first when they take the field for the bottom of the first inning. And the first pitch is going to be high for ball 1. On our way to second with a stolen base will be Ariana. Gets an infield hit and a stolen base. And the count is 0-1 to Lotta. Squaring around the show bunt. Pops it up behind the catcher for strike 1. Catcher was unable to pick it up off the bat. That'll make the count 1-1. A 1-1 pitch. Missing on the inside for ball 2. 2-1 to count. Lily getting the signal from the dugout. Swing and a miss for strike two. That'll even up the count, 2-2. As Ariana taking a big lead off of second base. So 2-2 to count. Nobody out here in the top of the first inning. That one's going to miss up high and inside for ball three. That's going to make the count full. So the 3-2 pitch on the way, and that's going to be called strike three right down the middle for out number one. And Lily picks up her first strikeout of the night. So with one out here in the top of the first inning, that's going to bring up the number 3 hitter, number 15, April Rios, up to the plate. She'll take a look at the first pitch, up and away for ball one. And a swing and a miss for strike one. Ariana on her way to third, and she'll get there. That'll be her second stolen base. The assistant coaches for Lockhart Little League is Abel De La Cruz and John Espinosa with head coach T.D. Tom Dunn. So the 1-1 count. Lily with the delivery. That's going to be high for ball two. Talking with Tom Dunn before the game. Had a lot of high praises to talk about. Lily and the catcher Grace. Great combination for Yoakum. And that's going to be right in there for strike two. That'll even up the count, 2-2. Two-two pitch on the way, up and away for ball three. And Lily will take the second straight batter in a row to a full count. As Genesis Cuellar is in the on-deck circle for Lockhart. And we also got another district championship game on the line down at the bottom field here, the junior field for baseball. Swing and a miss for strike three. That's going to be the second strikeout in a row for Lily. Out number two. As the junior boys are taking on the junior squad of New Braunfels. It's an elimination game for the junior boys, a final game, as they will have to beat New Braunfels twice. That one's going to be up and away for ball one to Genesis Cuellar. As New Braunfels leads in that series, 1-0 in a best-of-3 series. Swing and a miss for strike one, 1-1 the count. And the on-deck circle is number 77, Andrea Barrientos. We got Ariana Espinosa at third base, reaching on an infield hit, stealing second and stealing third. Squared around the show bunt, puts it down the right side. Pitcher has a tough time coming up with it. And Cuellar will reach on a error by the pitcher. And more importantly, that's going to score the first run of the game as Lockhart leads 1-0. As Adria Barrientos will be coming up to the plate as Genesis Cuellar is at first base. Up and away for ball one. And swinging away at that one off the backstop for strike one. 1-1 to count. 1-1 to Barrientos. Addison De La Cruz in the on-deck circle for Lockhart. And David Ortiz said it best. Small bat at its best. That's going to get away from the catcher, and Cuellar will make her way to second base. That'll make the count 2 balls and 1 strike. Big you're welcome to Sarah Allison Dunn, watching from, I believe, Ohio. Is that correct? Another fan favorite over the Lions Pride Sports broadcast. So the count is 2-1 to Barrientos. She'll swing away at that one, fouling it back to the backstop for strike 2. So Barrientos will dig back into the batter's box. Cuellar at second. And fouling it off once again. The count will still remain at 2-2. Lucky 2's on the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. And a runner at second. And up and away for ball 3. And a throw over to third base as Cuellar was caught in between. And she'll make it over to third. So great heads up in base running skills for Genesis Cuellar. As the count is still full to Adriana Barrientos. A swing, and that one's going to be fouled out of play. The count will still remain full. Lockhart with an early lead, 1-0. That one's going to be swung on ahead towards the second baseman, who will make the catch for out number 3. And that's the way this top half of the first inning is going to end. Lockhart puts a run on the board and lead 1-0. As Yoakum Little League will be coming up to bat for their first time. We'll get set up, take a quick look at that final out of the inning. As Adria Barrientos, that one's going to be swung on ahead, pops out to the second base. Towards the second baseman, who will make the catch. The top half of the first inning. We'll be heading over to the bottom of the first. And let's take you around the horn with the Lockhart Little League Junior softball girls. Behind the plate is going to be number 6, Caitlin Dunn. At third base, at first base, number 3, Emery's Lada. At second base, number 15, April Rios. At shortstop, number 77, Andrea Barrientos. At third base, number 21, Genesis Cuellar. And we head to the outfield, number 7, Lindsay Castillo in left field. At center field is going to be number 14, Addison De La Cruz. And in right field, number 1, Bella Garcia. And in the circle for Lockhart will be number 8, Ariana Espinosa. And that's how this softball team will round up in the outfield. As for Yoakum, leading things off will be number 21, Joy, followed by number 11, Emerson, number 3, Lily, number 10, Alyssa, number 22, Lexi, number 19, Star, number 9, Ariane, number 6, Macy, number 7, Grace, number 1, Autumn, number 23, Nayeli, and rounding up the batting lineup, number 5, Miley. As we get set for the bottom of the first inning. And Yoakum will get their first crack at the bat as they trail 1-0 early here in the ball game. That's going to be there for strike one. Got a shout out Abel Lada. Abel and Ana Lada watching our granddaughter Emery's Lada, watching from Ozona, Texas. Go Lady Lions. And that one's going to be fouled back to the backstop for strike two. Thank you for tuning in from Ozona, Texas. And yes, go Lady Lions. A lot of these ladies here on the junior squad will be playing for the Lockhart Lady Lions next year. So we're getting a good preview of what we got going on. That one's going to be inside for ball 1-2 to count. There's Ariana Espinosa in the circle for the Lions, for Lockhart. It's going to be up and in for ball 2-2 to count. Great job by Joey after falling behind the count, 0-2. Battled her way back to a 2-2 count. Swing and a miss for strike three. And out number one here in the bottom of the first inning as Ariana picks up her first strikeout. And that's going to bring up number 11, Emerson, up to the plate, the left fielder. As Ariana sets to delivers. Ground ball hit towards the third baseman. Cuellar over to first. And in time as Emery's Lada fields the throw for out number two. It'll be 5-3 for out number two. That's going to bring up number 3, Lily, the pitcher for Yoakum. That's going to miss high for ball one. And missing high for ball two, 2-0 the count. And high once again for ball three, 3-0 the count. Once again, 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning. And that one's going to miss inside for ball 4. And Lily will reach base on a walk. And that's going to bring up number 10, Alyssa, the shortstop for Yoakum. On her way to second is Lily. She'll get a stolen base. Count's going to be 1-0 to Alyssa. She'll take a swing at that one. Fouls it back to the backstop for strike one. And that's going to be strike 3. And strikeout number 2 for Ariana. That's going to do it for the first inning. After 1 inning of play, it is Lockhart 1, Yoakum 0. We're going to take a quick timeout, and we'll be right back for the top half of the second inning. My apologies. That third out to end the first inning was a line out right back to the pitcher, Ariana, who made the catch for out number 3. So she only has 1 strikeout so far. Yeah, make the adjustments. But either way, after 1 inning of play, it is Lockhart 1, Yoakum 0. As we head to the top of the second inning, leading things off for Lockhart will be number 14, Addison De La Cruz, the center fielder. And probably she'll be followed up by number 6, Caitlin Dunn, and Lindsay Castillo, the first 3 to come up to bat. And should we get to the number 4 hitter in the inning, it'll be number 1, Bella Garcia, the right fielder. We saw Abel De La Cruz giving his daughter Addison a little bit of some advice before heading over to first base. And that one's going to catch that inside corner for strike 1. That's going to be up and away for ball 1. Well, swing and a miss for strike 2. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Looking over on the YouTube feed, Nancy Rodriguez says, "Let's go Bella and go Lockhart." A swing and a miss for strike 3 on a high heater for out number 1. Here at the top of the second inning. Yeah, strikeout number 3 for Lily, the Yoakum pitcher. And that'll bring up Caitlin Dunn up to the plate, the catcher. Sarah Dunn says, "Way to go, girls." On the first pitch to Caitlin, is going to be fouled away towards the right side for strike 1. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Sarah. This is actually your niece that is at the plate. Oh, and 1 the count. That one's going to be up and away for ball 1. Also, congratulations on your newest niece. Of course, Caitlin's a big sister. And she gets hit with the pitch. So she'll make her way over to first base. As Caitlin's a big sister to a little sister now. Well, Rosemary Marino says, "Go Lockhart." Looking forward to the football season, Miss Marino. Looking forward to seeing my time back out there on the field. And the first pitch is going to be inside for strike 1 to Lindsay Castillo. That one's going to be swung on and fouled out of play for strike 2. 0-2 to count to Castillo. That's good to hear, Miss Marino. 0-2 pitch swung on, and once again, that's going to be fouled out of play. So the count will still remain 0-2 to Castillo. Getting a little assistance from Coach Espinosa to tie the shoes of Castillo. They are 0-2 pitch on the way. That's going to be swung on down the right side and out of play. Got a chance to shake the hands of a long-time umpire here for Lockhart Little League and seen him around the high school softball league seasons. Umpiring behind the plate on the field, Joe Salinas. Always good to see that man out here. That's going to be low and inside for ball one. That'll make the count 1-2 to Castillo. Dunn still at first base after getting hit by the pitch. One out here in the top half of the second inning. One-two pitch on the way. Swing and a miss for strike three. And that's going to be strikeout number 4 for Lily. And that's going to bring up the right fielder, number 1, Bella Garcia, up to the plate. That's going to be outside. The throw to first base, and Dunn's going to slide back safely. Once again, 2 outs here at the top of the second inning. Lockhart leading 1-0, scoring their first run in the top half of the first inning. Lily set to deliver on the 1-0. That's going to be outside for ball 2. Once again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in and watching, whether you're watching on our Facebook channel or on our YouTube channel. Thank you for tuning in and watching tonight's District 31 Championship game between Lockhart and Yoakum in the Junior Girls Division. As that one's going to be swung on and fouled back to the backstop for strike 1. That'll make the count 2 balls and 1 strike. My name's Emilio Sarge Waters, bringing you all the live play-by-play action right here on the Lions Pride Sports broadcast. And QAing for us tonight, Kent Riddle, making sure that we sound going to look good for all you Lockhart and Yoakum fans that are watching all around the world. That one's going to miss low and outside for ball 3. That's going to make the count 3 balls and 1 strike. Make sure to share the link. Share the video with everybody that you know. And that's going to miss high for ball 4. And that'll move Caitlin Dunn over to second base. Bella Garcia goes to first on the walk. And that's going to bring up number 9, Scarlett Ponce. And that's going to be thrown to first base for out number 3. And that's going to do it for the top half of the second inning. As we head over to the bottom of the second, Lockhart still leads 1-0. And Yoakum will be coming up to bat for their second time. We'll take a quick timeout and we'll be right back. And we are back for the bottom half of the second inning. Excuse me. As Lockhart still leads Yoakum 1-0. And coming up to bat for Yoakum here in the bottom of the second will be number 22, Lexi, followed by number 19, Star, number 9, Arian. And should we get to the number 4 hitter here in the inning, number 6, Macy. And once again, still inside the circle for Lockhart. It's number 8, Ariana Espinosa as the throw down to second. Only let you know one thing, that it's time to get to playing bait softball once again. And once again, welcome to tonight's District 31 Junior Softball Girls Division Championship game between Lockhart and Yoakum. Winner of this game or championship series will move on to the sectional round, which will be taking place right here at Lockhart Little League Sports Complex next week. And the first pitch to Lexi is going to be up and in for ball 1. Yoakum has to beat Lockhart twice, as this is a double elimination format. That one's going to be swung on, and a little dribbler down the left side for strike 1. Lockhart comes into this contest 3-0. Yoakum 2-1. Lockhart does have a victory over Yoakum here in this tournament as they defeated them 15-4. And that one's going to hit Lexi, and she'll make her way over to first base on a hit by pitch. And that's going to bring up number 19, Star, reserve player, up to the plate. And we're going to be number 14. And she'll take a swing at the first one, pops it up, and done. Hustles over to it, unable to get there in time. As it'll fall for strike 1. As Lexi was on the move, looking to steal second. Up and in for ball 1. And Lexi will steal second, uncontested. And Tammy Lopez, definitely, let's go ladies, future Lady Lions here. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Also future Bulldog for Yoakum as well. Lady Bulldogs at that. So 1-2 count. That one's going to be popped up over towards the first baseman, and a great play for out number 1. And that's going to bring up number 9, Arian, the first baseman. With 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Turn around, showing bump, pulls back. And that one's going to be called strike 1. Swing and a miss for strike 2. And the on-deck circle for Yoakum, number 6, Macy. Oh, 2 pitch on the way. And that one's going to be fouled back to the backstop. Count will still remain 0-2. Now, should Yoakum come out victorious in this game, the final elimination game will take place tomorrow night, right back here at Lockhart Little League Sports Complex. A line drive hit towards the shortstop, and that's going to be doubled up right there as Andrea Barrientos making a great play to end the second inning. So after 2 innings of play, score still remains Lockhart 1, Yoakum 0 as we take a look at that final out of the inning. Lockhart Little League Sports Complex. As Barrientos snags the line drive hit towards the shortstop. And is able to tag up. And that's going to be doubled up right there as off of second base to end. Andrea Barrientos. So that's going to take us to the top of the third inning, and we'll take a quick timeout, and we'll be right back with some more District 31 Championship Softball right here on the Lions Pride Sports broadcast. And we are back to start the top half of the third inning. Leading things off for Lockhart will be number 27, Liana Noble, and number 88, Annalise Smith in the on-deck circle. Batting third here in the inning will be the leadoff batter, number 8, Ariana Espinosa. And should we get to number 4 hitter here in the third inning? It'll be number 3, Emery Zlata, the first baseman. So here we go. Liana Noble steps into the batter's box for the first time. She'll face Lily, who remains in the circle. Doing a great job tonight. Swinging away on the first pitch, fouling it back to the backstop for strike one. Liliana has only given up 1 hit, but also given up 1 run off an error on the Genesis bunt, Cuellar bunt, that allowed Ariana Espinosa to score from third. So far, lone run of the game as Lockhart leads 1-0. That's going to be high for ball one. Yeah, Lily does have 4 strikeouts on the night. Yeah, we have a hot one here tonight. It's 91 degrees when game time started off on first pitch. Feels like 100 degrees, though. Sunset's scheduled right around 8:34, so we'll see a lot of daytime. And that one's going to be called strike 2 on the inside. With an east to southeast, 4 to 6 mile an hour wind. And David Ortiz with the instant replay. That's going to be 2-2. Of course, that's going to be a new feature here on the Lions Pride Sports broadcast. We added instant replay. So that's something that we're going to be bringing into the Lions Pride Sports broadcast 2024 to 2025 season. Showcasing it for the first time here tonight. And that's going to be called strike right down the middle for out number 1. And strikeout number 5 for Lily. That's going to bring up number 88, Annalise Smith. So Smith digs in, looks at the first pitch. Low and inside for ball 1. And that's going to be called strike right down the middle. 1-1 to count to Annalise Smith. They have 1 out here in the top of the third inning. The leadoff hitter for Lockhart, number 8, Ariana Espinosa in the on-deck circle. That's going to be up and in for ball 2, almost bouncing off of Smith. Two one pitch, swing and a miss for strike 2. That'll even up the count, 2-2. And 2-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss for strike 3. And that's going to be strikeout number 6 for Lily, and that brings up Ariana Espinosa. She's 1 for 1 tonight here in the district championship game with an infield hit. Stole 2 bases and then scored on the error by the pitcher, Lily. That one's going to be on the inside for strike 1. And swinging away at that one, fouling it back to the backstop for strike 2. 0-2 to count. So after a rocky first inning, Lily has settled in. Oh, 0-2 pitch on the way, swung on and hit towards the left side, and a catch going to be made by the third baseman, Nayeli. And that's going to do it for the top of the 3rd inning. Lockhart goes down. 3 up and 3 down. With 2 more strikeouts added to the total for Lily, who has 6 on the night so far. So after 2.5 innings of play, it is still Lockhart 1, Yoakum 0. We're going to take a quick timeout, and we'll be right back for the bottom half of the 3rd inning as Yoakum gets their 3rd shot at the plate right here on the Lions Pride Sports broadcast. And we are back for the bottom half of the 3rd inning. As Yoakum will be setting up number 6, Macy, number 7, Grace, and number 1, Autumn, the first 3 to come up to bat here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Should we get to the 4th hitter? That'll be number 23, Nayeli, the 3rd baseman, who made the catch to end the top of the 3rd inning. And still in the circle for Lockhart is Adiana, has 1 strikeout so far. But a couple of great defensive plays by Lockhart. And one of them was to end the 2nd inning as Andrea Barrientos got the line drive that was hit by Arian. And was able to double up Lexi off of second base to end the 2nd inning. And here we are here in the bottom of the 3rd inning as Macy walks up to the plate. And Lockhart breaks the huddle inside the circle as we get ready to start the 3rd inning, the bottom of the 3rd. And here we go. Ariana delivers on the first pitch. In there for strike 1. Hey, how's it going? Hey, how you doing? That's going to be up. And out of strike zone for ball 1. So the owners of JJ's Docks Ice Cream or snow cones. If you had one of their snow cones going, head out towards Riley's Barbecue. And they are right there in the parking lot. Some of the best snow cones you're ever going to have. A swing and a miss for strike 2. That'll make the count 1 ball and 2 strikes to Macy. That's going to miss outside for ball 2. That'll even up the count 2-2. That's going to miss outside for ball 3. That'll make the count full 3-2. A swing and a miss for strike 3 out of the night. And with 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning, that's going to bring up number 7, Grace, the catcher, for her first plate appearance. And that'll move Autumn to the on-deck circle for Yoakum. Squared around to show bunt. Bunts it. That'll be picked up by Adriana over to first base in time for out number 2. Great job by April Rios to shift over to first base as Lara was charging in. And Adriana makes a good stop. Fields the ball cleanly over to first base for out number 2. And it's going to bring up number 1, Autumn, the second baseman. And Tish Joyce, that a baby, let's go girls, yes. Great play. Some great defensive play so far here tonight for Lockhart. And the first pitch to Autumn's going to be high for ball 1. That one's going to be hit right back towards Adriana. Scooped up over to first base, and Lotto with the stretch for out number 3. And Yoakum goes down in order 1, 2, 3 to end the 3rd inning. So after 3 innings of play, Lockhart still up by a slim margin, by a score of 1-0 over Yoakum. We're going to take a quick timeout, and we'll be right back for the start of the 4th inning right here on the Lions Pride Sports broadcast. That one's going to be hit right back towards Adriana. Scooped up over to first base, and Lotto with the stretch for out number 3. And we are back for the top half of the 4th inning as Lockhart will be coming up to bat. Leading things off for Lockhart will be number 3, Emery Lotto, who made the great stretch at first base for the 3rd out to close out the 3rd inning. And batting second will be number 15, April Rios. Batting third, number 21, Genesis Cuellar. Should we get to the 4th batter here in the top half of the 4th inning? That'll be number 77, Andrea Barrientos, who made a great play to end the 2nd inning. Turning a double play on herself, by herself. We see Abel De La Cruz making his way over to first base. Longtime board member and always been around a stable of the Lockhart Little League. As we get set for the top of the 4th inning, Lily still inside the circle, doing a great job in the circle for Yoakum. First pitch is going to be up and away for ball 1. Squared around a show bunt, pulls back for strike 1. Going to make the count 1 ball and 1 strike. Lara is 0 for 1 tonight with a strikeout back in the 1st inning. Here we are on the top of the 4th. Her 2nd plate appearance. And that's going to be right in there for strike 2. 1-2 to count. That one's going to miss up and away for ball 2. That'll even up the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two-two pitch on the way. Swing and a miss for strike 3. That's going to be strikeout number 7 for Lily, doing a fantastic job. And that's going to bring out number 15, April Rios. She's 0 for 1 as well. Struck out her first plate appearance. She'll dig into the batter's box. With 1 out here in the top of the 4th. Bunts it down the left side. That's going to be fielded by Nayeli over to first base and in time. On a great catch by Arian. 5-3 for out number 2 here in the top of the 4th inning. And here that'll bring up number 21, Genesis Cuellar. She reached on an error by the pitcher. Recorded an RBI, the lone run of the game so far. And then was left stranded at third base to end the first inning. Comes up for a second plate appearance. Looking for a first official at-bat. Looks at the first pitch, low and outside for ball 1. A 1-0 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss for strike 1. One pitch on the way. That one's going to be swung on and popped up and in and out of the glove of Lily, who made a great attempt at it. Great hustle play by the pitcher. Make the count 1 ball and 2 strikes to Cuellar. It's going to be up and away for ball 2. 2-2 to count. Lucky 2's on the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And that one's going to miss low and inside for ball 3. That'll make it full. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Cuellar. That's going to miss ball 4. And Cuellar will get a walk out of it. And she'll make her way over to first base. And that's going to bring up Andrea Barrientos up to the plate. She popped out to the second baseman to end the first inning. The score update for the College World Series in men's baseball. Texas A&M 7, Tennessee 1 at the moment. I want to thank Kent Riddle for the update. Of course, doing a QA for us tonight as well. Turnaround showing bunt. Bunts right through it. A throw to second. Not in time as Cuellar will steal second. Great hustle play by Cuellar. Barrientos looking at an 0-1 count. There's the top of the 4th inning in that College World Series. That's going to be high for ball 1. 1-1 to count. That one's going to be swung on and hit towards the right side. That's going to be out of play, and a great catch by the policeman. Probably the easiest apprehension that he'll have. He was able to make the catch in foul territory for strike 2. That'll make the count 1-2 to Barrientos, who's 0 for 1 tonight. That's going to be swung on and popped up towards the shortstop, and a great catch by Alyssa to end the top of the 4th inning. As we head over to the bottom of the 4th, score still remains Lockhart 1, Yoakum 0. As we take a look at a couple of plays from here in the top of the 4th inning. One of them's a hustle play by the pitcher. 1-1 pitch on the way. That one's going to be able to come up with it, but you got to love the hustle. Up and gotta love in and out of the glove of Lily. And here it is, the 3rd out of the inning. A pop up to the shortstop, popped up towards the shortstop, and a great catch by Alyssa to end the top of the 4th inning. Top of the 4th inning as we head to the bottom of the 4th. We're going to take a quick timeout, and we'll be right back with more action right here on the Lions Pride Sports broadcast. Now we are back to start the bottom half of the 4th inning as we have Nayeli coming up to bat first. That'll be a swing and a miss for strike 1. Actually, she got a piece of that one. Ariana still in the circle for Lockhart. As we'll see, Nayeli and Miley found that one off for strike 2. 0-2 to count. Ariana does have 2 strikeouts on the night. 0-2 pitch on the way. Ground ball hit towards the third baseman, over to first, and in time for out number 1. It'll be 5-3. And once again, that'll bring up number 5, Miley, up to the plate. This will be her first plate appearance. She'll take a look at the first pitch, high and out of the strike zone for ball 1. That one's going to get away. Back to the backstop for ball 2, 2-0 to count. That one's going to be laid down the left side, foul for strike 1.
She said bring it to the dugout.
And a swing and a miss for strike 2. That one's going to be swung on and fouled off the light post. Count still remains 2-2. Well, that one fouled off of a spectator. Got some Lockhart Little League board members going out there to make sure that person is okay, and they are. So still Miley at the plate. 2-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss for strike 3. And out number 2. And that's going to be the third strikeout for Adiana. As we head to the top of the order for Yoakum, as number 21, Joy, will be coming up to the bat. She is 0 for 1 tonight with a strikeout back in the first inning. And trying to lay down the bunt, swings right past it for strike 1. That's going to miss out of the strike zone for ball 1. 1-1 the count. There's a center fielder for Yoakum, Joy, inside the batter's box. She'll take a swing at that one. That's going to go foul for strike 2. There are 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Ground ball hit right back up the middle for the first base hit of the night for Yoakum. Gets past the center fielder. Rounding first on the way to second is Joy. Rounding third on the way home. The throw home will not be in time. And that's going to be an in-the-park home run for Joy. And that's going to tie the game up at 1 apiece. As that ball was hit into center field, got past the center fielder, and Joy was able to hustle all the way around the base paths. That's going to bring up Emerson up to the plate. She's 0 for 1. Grounded out to the third baseman. Back in the first inning. Swing and a miss for strike 1. That one's going to be fouled down the left side for strike 2. 0-2 to count. That's going to miss for ball 1. 1-2 to count. To the left fielder, Emerson. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Drop third strike over to first in time. And that's going to do it after 4 innings of play. Adiana picks up her 4th strikeout of the night, but not before Yoakum gets their first run of the night to tie this ball game up. Lockhart 1, Yoakum 1. We're going to take a quick timeout, and we'll be right back with some more District 31 Championship softball right here on the Lions Pride Sports broadcast. And we'll take a quick look at what rounding first on the way to second. Joy. Middle of the replay, rounding first on the way to third. Rounding third on the way home. The throw home will not be in time. And that's going to be an in-the-park home run to tie this game up at 1 apiece. Is where we are at now. As we head to the top of the 5th inning, leading things off for Lockhart. The 1-2-3 hitters, Addison De La Cruz, Caitlin Dunn, and Lindsey Castillo. Should we get to the 4th batter here in the top of the 5th inning, that'll be Bella Garcia, the right fielder. Lily still remains inside the circle. Doing a fantastic job in there. 7 strikeouts on the night. Has only given up 1 run and 1 hit. And that was an infield hit to the leadoff batter of the game, Ariana Espinosa, who ended up scoring on an error That was made by the pitcher, Lily. But since then, she has been lights out inside the circle. As Ariana has 4 strikeouts of her own. Has only just gave up her first hit. As Joy was able to round the bases on the error by the center fielder to tie this game up at 1 apiece. So great night inside the circles for both Ariana and Lily for Lockhart and Luland respectively. And Melissa, I will try and get an update on the boys' side. At the end of the top of the 5th inning, I'll get an update. As Lily delivers on the first pitch, that one's going to be fouled back to the backstop. As Edison's looking at an 0-1 count. It's amazing as both teams have scored bunches. As Lockhart has averaged 16 runs a game, while Yoakum averaged 10 runs a game. That's going to be a ground ball hit towards the second baseman. Gets past the second baseman. And Addison De La Cruz reaches first on a single. As both teams have only scored 1 run in 4 innings of play. But Addison De La Cruz leads off the top of the 5th inning with the second hit of the night for Lockhart. And she'll be at first base, and that'll bring up Caitlin Dunn, the catcher. She was hit by the pitch and then was left stranded at second base, back in the second inning. Turns around showing bunt, pulls back for ball 1. Bunny, that'll be popped up for strike 1. All right, got a little update at the bottom field. It is New Braunfels All-Stars 12, Lockhart 0. So New Braunfels looking to close out the championship tonight. Scoring around the show bunt once again. That's going to be foul for strike 2. That's Caitlin Dunn tries to lay it down twice in a row. We'll probably be swinging away with 2 strikes now. 1 ball and 2 strikes, nobody out. Addison De La Cruz leading off with a single to center at first base. Now swing and a miss for strike 3. And that's going to be strikeout number 8 for Lily. That's going to bring up Lindsay Castillo, the left fielder. That one's going to be swung on, hit into right field. And on her way to third and sliding in safely. And moving over to second base will be Lindsay Castillo. Addison De La Cruz on the move all the way to third base. And that's going to bring up Bella Garcia. Looking for her first official at bat. She walked her first time up at the plate. Have 2 runners in scoring position. Addison De La Cruz at third, Lindsay Castillo at second. Garcia at the plate. That's going to be up and in for ball 1. Another one up and in for ball 2. And the on-deck circle is going to be Scarlett Ponce with Leanne Noble in the hole for Lockhart. And that's going to catch that outside corner for strike one. 2-1 to count to Bella Garcia. That one's going to be fouled back to the backstop for strike two. That's going to miss for ball three. That's going to miss for ball four. That's going to load the bases up. As Bella Garcia gets her second walk of the night. That's going to bring up Scarlett Ponce. She's 0 for 1, grounded out to the pitcher. Fielder, rounding first on her way to second. So bases are loaded, one out here in the top of the fifth inning. And swing and a miss for strike one. Up and away for ball one. A swing and a miss for strike two. So 1-2 to count to Scarlett. That's missing inside for ball two. Two balls, two strikes to Ponce. And a swing and a miss for strike three. And out number two. And strikeout number 9 for Lily. That's going to bring up number 27, Liana Noble. She's 0 for 1 tonight with a strikeout back in the third inning. She's digging into the batter's box with an opportunity to break this game open as the bases are loaded. It's going to be up and out for ball one. Of course, at third base is Addison De La Cruz. At second, Lindsay Castillo. And at first, Bella Garcia for Lockhart. One 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss for strike one. This would be huge for Lily and Yoakum to get out of this inning without giving up any runs. That's going to miss up and out of the strike zone for ball 2. 2-1 the count. That's going to catch that outside corner for strike 2. That'll put lucky 2s on the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bases loaded. Lily looking for strikeout number 10 to end the threat here in the top of the 5th inning. Swing and a miss for strike 3 as Lily picks up her 10th strikeout of the night to end the top of the 5th inning. So after 4.5 innings of play, score still remains Lockhart 1, Yoakum 1. We're going to take a quick timeout and we'll be right back. Fielder rounding first on the way to second is Joy. Rounding third on. And here we are in the bottom half of the 5th inning as Lily and Yoakum get out of a jam. Bases loaded with 1 out as Lily strikes out. Gets the 2nd out and 3rd out on a strikeout, picking up her 9th and 10th strikeouts of the night to end the threat. And to lead things off here in the bottom of the 5th inning for Yoakum will be number 3, Lily, followed up by number 10, Alyssa, number 22, Lexi. Lily looking for her first at-bat. She walked her first plate appearance and was left stranded at second base back in the 1st inning. She'll be digging in to try and help her cause out. And she'll start off with a big swing and a miss for strike 1. As Adriana Espinosa still in the circle for Lockhart. And that one's going to be driven down the right side, fouling out of play for strike 2. So a quick 0-2 count as Adriana sets to deliver the pitch. That one's going to be popped up towards left center field, and that's going to drop in there for a base hit. And the leadoff batter, Lily, for Yoakum will be at first base. That'll bring up number 10, Alyssa. She's 0 for 1 tonight, lined out to the first base to the pitcher, Adriana, to end the 1st inning. That's going to be up and in for ball 1. The throw over to second, not in time. As Lily will get a stolen base out of it. And that's going to hit Alyssa, and she'll take her base at first on a hit by pitch. And the first 2 batters will reach the base pads for Yoakum, and that's going to bring up number 22, Lexi. She was hit by the pitch back in the 2nd inning. Stole second and then was left stranded at second base. Part of the great double play that was made by Andrea Barrientos to end the 2nd inning. She's going to foul that one off the fist back to the backstop for strike 1. And a reminder, Yoakum has to win 2 games today and tomorrow night. And that one's going to be a ground ball hit down the left side off the glove of the 3rd baseman, Cuellar. And that's going to load the bases. For Yoakum, as Lily will be at third base, Alyssa at second, Lexi at first, and that's going to bring up number 14, Star. She popped out to the first baseman. Her first plate appearance, so she's 0 for 1 tonight. With nobody out, bases are loaded for Yoakum. That one's going to miss inside for ball one. That one's going to be popped up. And Ariana will make the catch for out number one. That's going to bring up number 9, Arian. Her first plate appearance. She is her second plate appearance. Her first one ended in a double play to end the second inning. So she is 0 for 1 tonight. She'll take a look at the first pitch. Up and out of the strike zone for ball one. Ground ball hit towards the third base side. That's going to go foul for strike one. That's going to be high for ball two, as that one is out of the strike zone. That's going to get out away from the catcher. Coming home for the second run of the night for Yoakum will slide in safely. That's going to be Lily, as all other runners will advance. That's going to make the count 3-1. As Yoakum now takes the lead 2-1 over Lockhart. Three-one pitch on the way. That's going to be low for ball four, and that's going to reload the bases up. That'll put Alyssa at third base, Lexi at second, Arian at first, and that's going to bring up Macy up to the plate. She's 0 for 1 tonight with a strikeout. Swing and a miss for strike one. Oh and 1 the count. That's going to miss outside for ball one. 1-1 the count now. One out here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Base is still loaded for Yoakum. That's going to be up and out of the strike zone for ball two. 2-1 the count. That one's going to be off the fist, going foul for strike two. That'll even up the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. That one's, she'll get a piece of that one as that goes foul. So Macy still looking at a 2-2 count. Two-two pitch on the way. Ground ball hit right back up the middle. Coming home with it. Gets away from the catcher. A third run will score. And they'll get the out at second, but another run's going to come across the plate as Yoakum gets 2 runs out of the mix. As Lockhart will pick up a second out. Looks like we're going to have a meeting in the circle as Yoakum now leads Lockhart 4-1. As we are here in the bottom of the 5th inning, 2 outs. So that's going to bring up Grace up to the plate. She's 0 for 1 tonight. She'll foul that one off for strike 1. Ground ball hit towards the third baseman. Cuellar over to first and unable to dig it out the ground. And rounding third, coming home. The throw will not be in time. As Grace makes her way all the way around to third on the error. Macy will score from first. That's going to be the 4th run of the inning for Yoakum as they extend their lead 5-1 over Lockhart. And that's going to bring up number 1 Autumn up to the plate. She's 0 for 1 tonight. Looks at the first pitch outside for ball 1. That one's going to be fouled off to the backstop for strike 1. 1-1 the count. And should Yoakum once again pull this one off, the elimination game for the championship will be tomorrow night. That one's going to be fouled off to the right side for strike 2. 1-2 to count. And that's going to miss inside for ball 2. That would even up the count. Coming home, safe. And that'll empty out the bases. As Yoakum makes it 6-1 now. Scoring 5 runs so far here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Autumn looking at a 2-2 pitch. And that's going to hit her. She'll make her way to first base on a hit by pitch. And that's going to bring up number 23, Nayeli. She's 0 for 1 tonight. And we'll have a second meeting in the mound, which means we will have a new pitcher. And it's going to be number 77, Andrea Barrientos. And Ariana and Andrea will just swap positions as Ariana will go to shortstop, Andrea to the mound or to the circle. So Yoakum comes back in a big way here in the bottom of the 5th inning, pushing 5 runs across the plate and now leads 6-1 as we get back to action as Andrea Barrientos inside the circle for Lockhart now. And a line drive hit right back up the middle. Ariana over to first base for out number 3. So it'll be a 1-6-3. for the third out. Yoakum sends 9 ladies up to the plate. 6 runs across the plate. And after 5 innings, lead Lockhart by a score 6-1 as we head to the top of the 6th inning. We're going to take a quick timeout and we'll be right back. Fielder. Fielder rounding first on the way to second. And we are back for the top of the 6th inning as we will see number 88, Anna Lee Smith, Ariana Espinosa, and Emery Zalata coming up to the plate. First 3 batters to come up here on the top of the 6th inning. Should we get to the number 4 hitter? That'll be April Rios, the second baseman. And inside the circle, still remaining for Yoakum is number 3, Lily. Lily's done an outstanding job with 10 strikeouts so far inside the circle for Yoakum. As Anna Lee Smith digs into the batter's box, she struck out her first plate appearance. She's 0 for 1 tonight. And she'll take a look at the first pitch for strike 1, right around the kneecaps. As we have some stadium lights that are turned on here. Now swing and a miss for strike 2. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. And that's going to be strikeout number 11 for Lily. As we head to the top of the lineup for Lockhart, Ariana Espinosa started the game inside the circles, now at shortstop. She's 1 for 2 tonight. With 1 run scored, lone score, bunts it right back to the pitcher, over to first, and in time for out number 2. That's going to bring up Emery Zalata. She's 0 for 2 tonight with 2 strikeouts. So Emery Zalata digs in. That's going to be low and inside for ball 1. A swing and a miss for strike 1. 1-1 to count. And right down the middle for strike 2. That's going to miss low and inside for ball 2. That'll even up to count 2-2. It's going to be up and out of the strike zone for ball 3. That's going to make the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. That's going to miss outside for ball 4, and Lada will make her way to first base with the walk, and that's going to bring up April Rios up to the plate. She's 0 for 2 tonight. That'll put Genesis Cuellar in the on-deck circle. And swing and a miss for strike 1. As we have Emery Slaughter walking it off for first base. As that'll put Lara at second, Rios at first on the hit by pitch. Genesis Cuellar at the plate with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning. And that's going to be out of the strike zone for ball 1. Lockhart needing to make something happen there, down to their final 4 outs. With 2 outs here at the top of the 6th. Trailing Yoakum 6-1. That's going to miss up and away for ball 2. As Emery's getting caught off the bag a little bit too far, but able to get back to second base safely. Up and away, the throw down to third. And Lotto will slide in safely as Rios will advance over to second on the throw to third. That'll make the count 3-0 to Genesis Cuellar with Andrea Barrientos in the on-deck circle. And taking a swing on a 3-0 count, fouling it back to the backstop. Through 1 pitch on the way, swing and a miss for strike 2. That's going to make the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. 2 runners on the base paths for Lockhart. Emery's Lada at third base. April Rios at second. Genesis Cuellar at the plate. And that's going to miss low. Ball gets away from the catcher and coming in home. And Cuellar will advance her way to second base as Lotto will score from third.
Come on, Lockhart, rally on 2.
So that'll make the score Yoakum 6, Lockhart 2. And that'll bring up Andrea Barrientos up to the plate. She's 0 for 2 tonight. And once again, Lockhart down to their final 4 outs, needing to make something happen. And Lockhart wins this one. There will be no game tomorrow as Lockhart will have closed it out and become District 31 champs. But if this score still remains with Yoakum up on top, and this game ends with Yoakum winning, the elimination game for the championship will be tomorrow night right here at the Lockhart Little League Sports Complex. And you'll be able to catch all that action right here on the Lions Pride Sports broadcast for that game as well. And once again, if you know somebody that couldn't make it to the field here in Lockhart, Texas to watch tonight's District 31 championship game, share the link with them. It's free to watch. As you know, you're watching it right now, whether it's on our Lions Pride Sports Broadcast Facebook page or on our YouTube channel. All right, here we go. Once again, Andrea Barrientos at the plate, 0 for 2 tonight. Rios at third base, Cuellar at second. 2 outs here at the top of the 6th inning. Yoakum leading 6-2. That one's going to be fouled off back to the backstop for strike 1. Got a great turnout today between Lockhart and Yoakum. Jam-packed here at American Legion Field. That's going to be up and away for ball 1. Well, swing and a miss for strike 2. 1-2 to count.
Come on, you ready now?
Lily has 11 strikeouts on the night, looking for number 12. She's ahead in the count, 1-2. And Barrientos digs back into the batter's box. Pitch on the way. Driven right back up the middle into center field. That'll score 1 run. Coming around third is Cuellar, and she'll score easily from second. That'll add 2 more runs to Lockhart's total. And trail by 2, 6-4. As Andrea Barrientos comes in the clutch with a 2 RBI single to center. And that's going to bring up Addison De La Cruz up to the plate. She's 1 for 2 tonight. A single to center and a strikeout. As there's still 2 outs here at the top of the 6th. And a big swing and a miss for Addison for strike 1.
That's all right. That's all right. You ready? Get it.
That's going to miss low for ball 1. 1-1 to count to Addison De La Cruz. Andrea Barrientos with the 2 RBI single to center at first base. That one's going to be fouled off the end of the bat over towards the right side for strike 2.
It's okay. You ready? You ready?
Yeah, 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning. And Addison just gets a piece of that one, as that was up and out of the strike zone. And she knew it after that.
Come on, you ready now? You ready?
And a ground ball hit right back to the pitcher, unable to field it cleanly, but gets it, picks it up in time over the first base for out number 3. So great job by Lily. As that will end the top of the 6th inning, but not before Lockhart puts 3 runs across the plate. Closes the gap. Yoakum still leads 6-4 as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. We'll take a quick timeout and we'll be right back right here on the Lions Pride Sport broadcast. Now we are back for the bottom half of the 6th inning as Yoakum leads Lockhart 6-4. And leading things off for Yoakum will be number 5, Miley. Followed up, going up back to the top of the lineup, number 21, Joy, and number 11, Emerson. Should we get to the number 4 hitter here in the bottom of the 6th inning? It's going to be number 3, Lily, the pitcher. Andrea Barrientos back in the circle, threw 1 pitch to end the bottom of the 5th inning, where Yoakum scored 5 runs to take a 6-1 lead before Lockhart was able to come back and put 3 runs in the top of the 6th inning. And trail by 2, 6-4. But right now, digging in is going to be number 5, Miley. She's 0 for 1 tonight. And that's going to be foul. For strike 1. Ground ball hit towards the shortstop. Scooped up by Ariana over to first base. Overthrows. Scooped up over to second and not able to get the tag down. As a leadoff batter will reach base on an error, Miley, and move over to second on the error. And that's going to bring up Joy, number 21. She's 1 for 2 tonight. Singled and scored on an error by the center fielder. As she was able to round the bases, tie the game up, she'll bunt that one back and foul for strike 1. So that makes it, she is 1 for 2 tonight. That'll put Emerson in the on-deck circle. But Miley with the leadoff base hit and then advance it over to second on the errant throw. That's going to be in there for strike 2. 0-2 count to Joy. A swing and a miss for strike 3, and Andrea picks up her first strikeout of the night. And that'll bring up Emerson up to the plate. She's 0 for 2. That's going to be right down the middle for strike one. And Julie Ternini says, let's go, Genesis. Corey Fetcher, let's go. And Claudia Moran, let's go, ladies. Way to go, April. The count is 0-1. Swing and a miss for strike two. That's going to be low. Throw to third and not in time. As Miley is able to advance to third base. Count is 1-2. Fielder. That one's just going to miss for ball two. Two-two pitch on the way, up and away for ball three. That's going to make the count full to Emerson. 3 balls and 2 strikes with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Yoakum has a runner at third base, and that is Miley. And that one's going to catch that outside corner for strike 3. And that's going to be the second strikeout in a row for Andrea Barrientos. And she'll be going up against Lily. She is 1 for 1 tonight with a walk and a single to the left field. Also got a stolen base and a run scored. And we have a timeout. Looks like Coach Dunn will be coming out to talk to his pitcher. Gilbert Rodriguez says, let's go, Bella. And once again, should Yoakum win tonight, they will take it to an elimination game, which will be played tomorrow night right here at Lockhart Little League Sports Complex. That one's going to be hit right back up the middle off Ariana. And that's going to score Miley from third. And that'll take it to a 3-run lead as Yoakum goes up 7-4. And that's going to bring up Alyssa up to the plate as Lily will steal second. Uncontested throw or steal. And Alyssa is 0 for 1 tonight. Lined out back to the pitcher. And was hit by a pitch back in the 5th inning and scored a run. The throw to third. Not in time. As Lily will steal second and then steal third in back-to-back pitches. Great throw by Caitlin Dunn. Almost throwing out Lily at third base. But a great speed and great slide by Lily. That's going to be up and out of the strike zone. The throw home will not be in time. As a heads-up play. As Lily steals second, steals third, and then steals home. Count is 2-1. And that's going to be a blooper into right field. As Alyssa will reach first base. Yoakum up 8-1, 8-4 now. And that's going to bring up Lexi up to the plate. She'll swing at the first pitch. That one's going to be fair down the left side. And a great stop by the left fielder, Lindsey Castillo. As Alyssa is at second base, Lexi at first. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Yoakum looking to add some more runs before heading to the top of the 7th and final inning. And that's going to be up and out of the strike zone for ball 1. As inside gets away from the catcher Dunn. Runners will advance. Alyssa the third, Lexi the second. Up and away for ball 3. 3-0 to count. Want to give a big shout out to our QA guy, Kent Riddle. Making sure that we sound good and look good. Want to see if we get an update. Got a couple of people asking about the Texas A&M Tennessee Championship baseball game for College World Series. That's going to drop in there for strike 1. 3-1 to count now. To number 14, Star. And a swing and a miss for strike 2. That's going to make the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. That's going to miss for ball 4. That's going to load the bases for Yoakum. That's going to bring up number 9, Arian, up to the plate. She's 0 for 1. With a walk and left stranded at second base. That's going to miss up and in for ball 1. That one's going to be hit hard up the middle over the center fielder's head and to the fence. 1 run to score. Another run comes in, rounding third. On her way home. And that's going to be a base clearing triple for Ariane. As that'll score Alyssa, Lexi, and Star. And Yoakum now leads 11-4. Here in the bottom of the 6th with 2 outs remaining, or 2 outs. And it looks like we will have a pitching change. Coming in from left field, going into the circle will be Lindsey Castillo. Andrea will be going back to short. Ariana will go to left field. Andrea back to short. And Castillo coming in from left field to the mound. And Yoakum has broken this one out, 11-4. Scoring 9 runs. Excuse me, 10 runs in the last 2 innings so far. 5 in the 5th and 5 in the 6th now. Lockhart's going to be needing to get out of this inning without giving up any more runs and come up with a big inning of their own to close this series out tonight. If not, we will be back tomorrow night for the final game that will determine the District 31 championship and who will be moving on to the sectionals, which once again will be taking place right here at Lockhart Little League Sports Complex starting, I believe, July 1st. As Lockhart looking to do something that hasn't been done in the 57-year history of Lockhart Little League, and that's become District 31 champs in the junior girls division. As Lindsay Castillo set to deliver her first pitch. That's going to be high, gets past the catcher, coming in home will be our Arian. And that's going to be ball 1 to Macy. And she is 1 for 2 tonight. And a big swing and a miss for strike 1. And strike 2 right down the middle, looking 1-2 to count. That's going to be up and out of the strike zone for ball 2, 2-2 to count. That's going to be out of play. Count will still remain 2-2. An update for the College Baseball World Series is still A&M 7, Tennessee 2 in the 6th inning. It is 12-4 here. Yoakum with the lead. That's going to make the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. Lindsay Castillo went in the circle for Lockhart. That's going to miss for ball 4. And Macy will make her way to first base on a walk, and that's going to bring up number 7, Grace, the catcher. She's 1 for 2 tonight with a run scored. That's going to be in there for strike 1. And on our way to second will be Macy with a stolen base. Well hit ball into left field. Rounding third on her way home is Macy. And she will get there safely. The ball's going to get away from the catcher. Rounding second on the way to third is Grace. As Yoakum picks up another run. And that's going to bring up number 1, Autumn. She's 0 for 1 tonight with a hit by pitch. And grounded out back to the pitcher, her first plate appearance. As we got a new pitcher in the circle. That's going to be number 8, Adiana, coming back into the game. As Castillo will go back to left field. And Adiana back to the circle to try and close this one out. Or at least close the bottom of the 6th. Yoakum needs one more run for the 10-run rule. And that run is at third base right now. That's going to miss outside for ball 1. As once again, Autumn is in the box for Yoakum. That one's going to be popped up to the second baseman, unable to fit it cleanly. And the 10-run rule will be in effect as Yoakum will win this one as Grace will cross the plate. And that it is. They're going to call it 10-run rule as Yoakum will stun Lockhart and win 14-4. And they will send this to a game tomorrow night, elimination game, where the winner will advance to the sectionals as the District 31 representatives. Yoakum coming back on the strong arm of Lily with 11 strikeouts on the night. Doing a fantastic job inside the circle for Yoakum. Part of the big reason why Yoakum will be coming back here tomorrow night to take on Lockhart in an elimination game to determine who's going to be the District 31 champs and advance into the sectionals. But that's going to do it for us tonight. I do want to thank everybody who tuned in and watched on the Lions Pride Sports Broadcast Facebook page and our YouTube channel. We'll be back here once again tomorrow night for the elimination game right here from Lockhart Little League Sports Complex as we will broadcast that game in its entirety as well. But once again, I want to thank everybody who tuned in and watched tonight's broadcast. My name is Emilio Sarge Waters, brought you all the live play-by-play action. Kent Riddle was our QA to make sure that we sounded good and looked good for all you Yoakum and Lockhart fans. We will be back here once again tomorrow night as we will have all the action. Stay tuned to the Lions Pride Sports Broadcast Facebook page with information on the time of the first pitch and what time we will be going live as well. But I want to thank everybody for tuning in and watching tonight's broadcast. Safe travels to Yoakum as they travel back home. And they make their way back here tomorrow night once again for the elimination game and the right to move on to the sectionals to represent District 31 and the Lockhart Little League tournament. But thanks for watching. As I always say, you can take the line out of Lockhart, but you can never take the heart out of Lockhart.